It's nice to see you.
We do
There
fake
they
ads
are.
during our show that our listener submitted. Did he tell you about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She actually listened to the show. She knows.
I know, but I'm still.
And she still showed up. So I think that's a good sign.
That's true too.
You
She
know
did
what
show
I'm
up-
saying?
We'll get to this on air, but she did show up being like, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be great. Oh, actually, before I do this.
It's like a dentist. Just slowly.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It sounds better already.
Okay.
Here we go. Oh, hello there. I am so happy to see you. This is the part of the show where we thank you, the ice cream truck drivers.
You hit record. You did it on purpose.
I
You're
know,
acting like
that's
you're on
why-
the spot.
Then my screen refreshed and all the names moved off of it. I don't know what happened. Right now, I'd like to thank
Professional.
Christine Elsesser, Joshua Bartles, Frankie Stinky Scoop, Random Admiral, Jacob Dinklelaker, the Lost Ice Cream Truck Driver. Hold on, let me get over to this other list here. That was that list. Here's this one. Jovith R. Bowers, Bearded Scoop, Jonathan, Rodimus Scoop, Dirty Old Scoop, and Tony Cowley. If you want to be an ice cream truck driver just like these fine folks, head over to preachingfun.com. Preachingfun.com is where you can go to sign up to be an ice cream truck driver, and who knows? The life you save may be your own. And now, a program.
Hey, Johnny, do you want to go to an ice cream social?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Great, let's go.
All right, everybody. Let's get fancy here. We have a real guest in our midst here.
Button it up.
Button it up.
An actual author.
Someone wrote a real book.
Oh, we are out of our league.
It's time for Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social. Sitting across from me in Pittsburgh is Paul Mattingly.
Across from me in Vegas, that's Mr. Matt Donnelly.
On the knobs and dials, Jacob the audio
I
guy.
love that guy.
We're
preaching fun.
Fun.
And Robin Flinchum is here with us. Robin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
So your publicist hit us up. As
Yes.
one of your many media stops here as you roll out a book that you've written here.
Yeah.
And then you said you checked out one of our episodes to see what you were getting into.
Yes, and then I wondered why in the world. Why am I
What is my publicist thinking?
what-
I have to get a new publicist.
yeah, I did wonder what was her purpose and why did you respond? I couldn't figure it out. But, so that's why I came. I had to know.
Just pure
That's great.
curiosity.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Anytime a publicist hits us up, I think the same thing. I go, really?
Huh.
Us? But no. You're Las Vegas local.
I was born here, but I don't actually live here. I live in a little place called Tacoma, which is just over the California border, way out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
You just said I want to pay state taxes. I want to live in the desert but pay state taxes.
Exactly.
Great.
Yeah. I wanted to live far enough away. I live in a community of 150 people.
Oh, that's
Oh my
great.
goodness.
I can still see the sky at night.
Oh,
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I'm going to pay the taxes as long as I can see the sky and hear the nothing.
I like it.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
live in one of those towns that you drive by and you go like, who lives here?
You don't even drive by. It's not
Yeah.
even on that. Like, but
can't.
if you did, yeah, you're like, yeah.
Wow.
So I'm going to ask the question I ask when I drive by those places.
Good.
What happens if you like run out of toilet paper or whatever? Like, what do you have there in town?
There are no stores, no gas stations. There are 3 restaurants. Interestingly, at one point there were 3 brew pubs, but 2 of them closed down. If you run out of
Vicious fads among 150 people. Fads can come and go real fast.
well, they rely on the sort of novelty of it to bring people in from Pahrump and Las Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, nice. So
So-
they have a little bit of tourism.
Yes, that's the only reason those restaurants stay open.
So
Gotcha.
you just have to listen to a bunch of annoying people go like, what a tiny town.
Yeah,
Sure,
well, I
I'll
don't
have
have
a
to listen to
brew.
them. They're down the road from me. So. you number one, you don't run out of toilet paper. You just don't.
Okay.
And if you do, you call a neighbor or you just improvise.
Okay. Got it.
That's how it works.
But you have to shop in like crazy bulk for things.
Well, we shop in Pahrump, which is a little less than an hour's drive.
Okay.
So
That's
I
not
go
so
grocery
bad.
shopping once a week. It's not too bad.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
But
All right.
but if you, but toilet paper's different. You don't want to you can
That
run
you buy in
out of
bulk.
milk and make it to the next day. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you got that stacked up in a room somewhere.
yes,
Yeah.
I do.
And the convenience of the suburban stuff, it goes away because you get to live out there, and that's always called to you. You've always wanted to live out in that kind of more remote like living.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I was born in Las Vegas, so I just remember, and we would go. Las Vegas was much smaller then,
Yes.
and we would go out in the desert and explore. And there was something about that, even as a small child, being in the middle of the nothing and the quiet and the wide open sky, and I just knew that was the place that I belonged, and so that's where I live now. That's where I will die.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You're
my plan.
determined to die there, is that right?
Well, I mean, I don't. If I could live forever, I would live forever.
Sure.
Okay, good. Okay.
But if you start to like maybe wheeze or something, and you're on a trip, you're like, get me back there.
Yeah,
just
right,
in case.
exactly.
I've got a nasty cough.
Yes.
I got a cough. No way. I'm not fucking dying here.
I'm having a heart attack. Get
You
me
get
back
me
to
back.
Tacoma. Yeah.
So
Well,
the
I mean,
book
I
you've
see
written,
my last breath.
the
You
book
hurt your
you've written
wrist, so
does
you wanted to
have,
make sure you were
oh no.
close.
Yes. Well,
The book
I
you've
was on
written
my-
does have the connection to the Silver State. So was there
Yes.
something about being born in Nevada or your early childhood that drew you back to that topic?
Let's say
wanna
let's say
touch
your
back
book title
onto-
nice and loud right now.
Oh yeah, let's get that out there.
It's The Redemption of Julia Bulette, Murder Myth and the Hunt for a Serial Killer in Early Virginia City.
Okay.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Well, but it's a cool title.
Like I said, I live right over the border, and my first book was called Red Light Women of Death Valley. So I was writing about the lives of women who worked in the Death Valley mining camps. And that originally the book included women from Tonopah and Goldfield. And so that's my next book, actually, is a book about women in Nevada, in the early Nevada mining camps, fighting the law in the progressive era to try and keep their brothels open and that kind of thing. But
Wow.
this book was an offshoot of the other book because one of the women who came to Death Valley had come from Virginia City, and she actually was instrumental in catching the person who was convicted of killing Julia Bulette.
Okay.
Wow.
I
So
see.
that,
And Virginia City is here in Nevada.
yes, it's up in northern Nevada
Yeah.
near Reno.
Yeah.
And
And
that was
what
part
time-
of the
Good
part of the
clarification,
gold
actually.
or the
I just want to be. Yeah,
it was
yeah.
part of
Yeah,
the Silver
thank you.
Rush, right? It was part of the
Yes.
Silver Rush. It was one of
Yes.
those. It was a boom town for a long time.
Yes, it was like the big bonanza silver rush. This actually happened before the big bonanza, but that's how Nevada became the silver state, was
Right.
Virginia City and the silver that was taken out of the
The
Comstock.
Comstock Lode.
What is the
Yeah.
Comstock
Paul.
Lode?
The Comstock Lode was the greatest silver discovery in American history, and that's what drove up everything going. It's what I just glossed over some of this historical stuff, but what I learned was it was approximately $400 million worth of wealth that was generated within a couple years' time from that single ore deposit. So you can imagine that's 400 million. I'm assuming in those times.
in those
So
times.
yeah, so that's like
So today it's like
crazy money.
That's
It's
like
more than a
400
ballroom.
450 easy.
Yeah. But pretty
well,
amazing.
we just
right?
discovered lithium in the Appalachian Mountains, so say goodbye to those.
Hey, yeah.
That's
Here it
where
comes.
that is.
Here
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
the next big hustle. So the woman you were speaking
I
of.
was just thinking about moving to the Appalachian Mountains too.
No, don't
Right out.
don't do
Say
that.
goodbye,
Not
buddy.
the time.
Yep.
Not the time. So the woman you were speaking of, who had worked with Miss Bulette, was she had been a friend of hers, and that's why she had gone on to keep kind of searching out for some justice. Or how was she associated?
Well, they knew each other. Martha and Julia knew each other, but they worked separately. They were both independent. They each owned like a small establishment with 2 rooms. The front would be a parlor where they would serve liquor, and the back would be a bedroom.
Where they'd serve.
So a couple of months
Liquor.
after, yeah, where they serve liquor.
Yes. But bump.
So a couple of months after Julia was killed, Martha woke up one night and there was a man in her bedroom. and he wasn't supposed to be there. He had not bought a ticket. He was,
Right.
he was
An unexpected man.
an unexpected man. And she ran out, and the police asked her, do you think you would recognize him if you saw him again? So she said yes, and they put her in a window on C Street. If you've ever been to Virginia City, C Street is the main drag.
Okay.
And it was crowded all the time, night and day. There was just throngs of people going up and down. And so she stood there until she saw him come down the street.
Wow.
And she identified him. And he turned out to be in the possession of things that were stolen from Julia's house that night.
Oh.
Wow.
So she...
Pretty suspicious. Yeah.
Yes.
So your book is about the murder of Julia.
Yes.
And in that book, they actually thought they got the killer right away and thought they closed the case. Is that right?
Well, it took several months to catch John Mullane, but the other things in the book is that after Julia was killed and once he was caught, there were all these references to other killings. They believed that John Mullane had killed before, but nobody ever talked any more about that. And I was curious, like, why don't we talk about that? And who was he thought to have killed? So I went in search of these other victims, and they were all in San Francisco.
Okay.
And so the middle of the book details what happened to those other women, who they were and how they died. And then, the capture of John Mullane and his trial. And then at some point, I worked with a retired homicide detective from here in Las Vegas named Phil Ramos. And he helped me evaluate all of the evidence that I found.
We also tried to book Phil. He said no. Phil did not want to come here.
Really? No. I have yet to meet Phil in person. I'm hoping that we can.
I didn't mean to tease that. Then I apologize. I assume you met in person.
Keep trying to, find an event where he can actually be there at the same time, so I could meet him. Because I owe him cookies.
Oh.
When I asked for
You
his
do not
help,
want to owe Phil Ramos cookies.
No, he's a bad man to owe cookies to.
A Ramos cookie debt.
Notoriously.
It's not the kind of thing you want to be walking around with.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's a tough guy from way back, so
Sure.
I need to pay my cookie debt.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was executed.
So John Mullane was executed. Yes.
He was executed for that murder.
I thought he just went to rehab.
No,
And they did some more specials.
No. John Mullane is still no. Different Mullane. But the circumstantial evidence they don't know exactly how he came by those items, or that they just suddenly happened to be in his possession. So there's this thinking that maybe there was something else afoot. And I wanted to mention too that Miss Bulette came from New Orleans, right? That was where she got her start.
It is questionable.
It is questionable. I only mentioned because Jacob is from Louisiana. So I thought you might be able to.
Although his background is questionable as well.
I mean, yeah. So she possibly had Creole ancestry. We don't know for sure.
There is a lot of speculation, but I spent 10 years researching this book, and in that process, I was unable to identify that in a way that I felt comfortable saying it was true.
Okay, so no definitive.
So is the other aspect that you make up that part of your background to be more interesting, or to have a certain brand or something like that? A lot
of women did take liberties with their resume. They would make up a new name. They would make up a new background, all kinds of things. So
being from New Orleans would make you more of a fascinating person.
Yes. Okay. New Orleans was like the sex trade center.
Was?
Well,
come on, guys. Get back on top.
But in those days, like in the 1840s, 1850s, like before the gold rush, when women were coming to the United States from other countries to engage in the sex trade, New Orleans was usually the destination.
Sure.
After the gold rush, after 1849, San Francisco, California, all of the mining camps were the new destination because you could make bank. Like, in the very early days, 1849, 50, early 50s, like in 1849, you arrive on shore in San Francisco, and there are guys just waiting there to watch you walk around. and they would pay you like handbags of gold just to sit with them for a night.
Oh, those were the days, right, Donnelly?
Oh man.
Those were the
Oh, my days in New Orleans, you mean? I'm
Yeah,
also
that's it.
rewriting
Yeah.
my background.
When I
Just
would
being
walk
handed bags
around
of gold
and
for your
men would
company.
hand me small bags of gold to watch me walk around.
When I come home, and my wife was like, "Where are those bags of gold from?" I say,
Been
"Yeah,
walking around, honey.
never
been,
you mind.
Been walking around.
I'm good company. I'm good New Orleans company."
I got off the boat. People were just waiting there. They're just waiting.
You know what's funny is that you read about the gold rush or the silver rush and things like that, and I actually never process the stories that are successful.
Right.
Like, because you end up reading about all these people who do it, and then all of a sudden it didn't work out, and then life got hard, and then they end up doing something else or worse, right?
Right.
And so, like, I always, when I hear the gold rush or the silver rush, I think of, like, sad stories in my head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, wait, no, it also worked? Like, it also,
Well,
some people did do it. Some people
like
did go out
Levi's.
there, and it worked.
Levi's.
Levi's.
Yeah.
Like
Although
that-
Levi's started in Virginia City, as a matter
Did
of
it?
fact.
Did it really?
Oh, neat.
Levi Strauss and Company originated in Virginia City and then moved to San Francisco later. But there was a gold rush disappointment story that turns into success in my book, as a matter of fact. The
Okay.
detective in San Francisco who investigates all 4 of these unsolved murders came to the gold rush. I think he was like 19 years old or something. He was very young. And he had been working in a steel mill or something, and, as a kid, like 8 years old.
Right.
And so he was like, I'm going to find gold and stop having to like kill myself in a steel mill. But he didn't find gold, but he did become a police officer and eventually became he was one of the very first detectives ever in the city of San Francisco or even in the country. Before they didn't always have detectives on the police force. So, and then he became
Back then,
one of
crimes
the
were
most,
solved by the old rumor mill.
yeah, yes.
To run it through there.
Right.
Well, and that was a big
Mob
part of
justice.
crime solving. Like Isaiah Lee's learned to make the rumor mill work for him, and he was one of those who started like writing things down and taking photographs and stockpiling them away. And he was
Was he the first one to put one piece of red yarn along a wall and connect it to another
I
piece?
don't think so. I don't think he had a murder board.
That
I
would
don't
have
think
been
he
good.
did.
Come on.
Yeah.
That would have been
Do
great.
we
if
know
they-
who the first person to do that
I was
was?
gonna say,
I
do
don't
we know
know.
that? I'm going to say it's me back in New Orleans when
Yeah.
I was a kid. I invented it.
Of course, back then I said no.
I was trying too hard. So
So
it's
he
almost like it's-
became super famous as a detective who learned how to collect evidence and actually become more diagnostic about it all.
Right, and he also was very tough. Like you could, like he would knock the crap out of you, and they had their ways of getting confessions back then.
Sure.
But so he was brains and brawn.
I think about it all the time on TV where they go to torture someone and they're like, I'll never talk. And I was like, boy, would torture work on me so
I
fast.
know, right?
Really
Me
fast.
too, me too.
As soon as you open the toolbox, I'd be like,
Unnecessary,
here's where my wife and
fellas.
kids are. Go ahead, hunt them down.
Yeah.
Here's
get-
where
here's the
Donnelly's
key to the
wife
house.
and kids are. Go ahead.
All crime solved.
So, this is your second book, kind of about like this area of the world in this time period. When did you first fall in love with this era?
This is what I want to know. I want to know what the beginning for you was.
Well, I came to live in Tacoma in 1999, and that was pretty much when I started writing. I wanted to write the history of women who had lived in the desert before me, and I became really interested in the history of prostitutes. It was there were a couple of things. I had one of my very best friends was working as a prostitute, and she and I had a lot of conversations about that and about the ways that prostitution is portrayed in history and in contemporary media.
And this is late 90s, early 2000s that you're having these conversations?
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So this is pretty booming internet. So this is
Right.
kind of dangerous feeling.
Yeah. This is
prostitution.
still in that time period for sure. This
Mm-hmm.
is like Times Square was
yeah, right.
a little unpleasant.
Pre-Disney.
Yeah.
yeah, well, she worked in San Francisco. We lived in San Francisco. We were roommates. And she had a small baby, and she was in college. She was getting her master's degree. and we lived upstairs from a bar.
Okay.
And she was just constantly struggling financially. And she met a couple of women in the bar who were like, well, I know how you could make some money. And when she decided to do it, I was like, what are you thinking?
Right.
Oh, so you were there for like the origin of the move.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that must have been fascinating.
Yeah, I took care of the baby while she
Oh.
worked. And we had a bunch of other roommates too, and they pitched in. But so we had so many. She worked for an agency, and
Okay.
she was carefully tracked from point to point. I mean,
Great.
they didn't have GPS tracking,
Sure.
but like you check in every point. You got a beeper. The clients are vetted. All of that. And then she eventually became part of a project called the Sex Workers Outreach Project, which was a like a political, I guess you call it political action group who were lobbying for the decriminalization of prostitution.
Yeah.
And I met a lot of the people that she worked with in that group. And it really got me to thinking about how prostitution is portrayed historically and even in contemporary media, but especially through history when you look at what research has been done and how history has portrayed prostitution. There's a very heavy emphasis on sources like jail and hospital and police records, where because these women are actively working to stay out of the public eye, the only things you really know about them are like the worst moments of their lives.
Right.
Okay.
They come to the surface when they're in crisis. And so history has this view of them as just being a class of people who are constantly in crisis. And while many of them were, and while many of them endured horrible conditions, not all of them were. And I felt like it was important to bring that forward also.
So there are obviously the stakes are high in that trade,
Yes.
right? So whatever that terrible day is, that's going to be a much more terrible day than, for the average citizen.
Yes.
However, there are good days.
Right. And that's in part, that's what the Redemption of Julia Bulette is about. That Julia Bulette was someone who I believe had, by and large, mostly good days until this bad day.
Yeah.
And there was something that Detective Ramos said to me was that, basically these women, and pre-internet, pre-fingerprints, pre-telephone, they're just, you open yourself up to strangers every single time, and you never know when that stranger is the monster. And
Right.
you just don't know until
Right.
that moment. And
And what history does is blame the victim and not the monster.
Well, and also only covers the salacious aspects of how their life went, not the times that they had success through this. Or like with Julia Bulette, she had made huge strides socially, because her clientele, from what I understand, was a lot of the upper crust and political figures within what's the place, the Silver City, what's it called?
Virginia City.
Virginia City. So she got in really good with the muckety mucks, and and was very what's the word I'm looking for? She kept everything very quiet and chill, but she also got a lot of perks through her very connected clientele.
Yeah, it was difficult to pin down, to actually pin down through a variety of sources how high up her clientele were. But I do know that she, she was an honorary member of the Virginia Engine Company #1, which was the first firefighting company in Virginia City. And that meant that she had a lot of friends who were influential in the city, and she probably did see influential clients. At the time that she died, she was really living a kind of mid-level life. She didn't have a lot of money in the bank, but she had jewels and nice clothes. And
in Virginia City, it was legal there.
Yes.
Right. So then what you're talking about is an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Right.
She was an entrepreneur.
You're a member of the
exactly.
community, so you're gonna create a fire department. You're gonna do all these things because
Yes.
you're creating you have a successful business in the middle of a growing city.
Right. And she was it wasn't just like she was part of that community as a citizen. She wasn't just a prostitute in a shack over here or whatever. She was a citizen of Virginia City. And that was really intriguing to me.
That is intriguing.
I wanted that to emphasize that part of the story. That
She had a social status.
Yes.
She had a real social status in the community.
And then I
And
saw a little anecdote. You can back me up on this or not, but I heard
I
that
will not.
in her travels and whatnot, she was attending the theater, and apparently she's going to this show. She's already got this bit of clout about her within the city, and because of her position as a prostitute, she's being asked to sit in a small box in the theater and not being able to be amongst the hoi polloi out there, and so she just left in protest. Did you come across this anecdote?
I have come across that, and the to the best that I can verify about what happened that night, she went to the theater. This is actually the night that she was killed. She went to the theater and was turned away from the front door. And it turns out, actually, though, that night the theater was offering a benefit. There were two plays called The Robbers and Willful Murder, interestingly, because she was robbed and murdered that night.
Yeah.
But
The theater was called the Foreshadowing Theater.
yes. But the theater was packed. The standing room was filled. Like they were turning lots of people away because they'd been advertising it for a couple of weeks. I can't remember who the benefit was for, but it was a benefit performance. And the Territorial Enterprise, which was like the most influential paper in Virginia City and in the West for a while, was promoting this and saying, everybody come, it's going to be great. So she went, but she couldn't get in. So I'm not sure that she was turned away because she was a prostitute. She probably could have gone around to the side, because prostitutes generally were supposed to sit in the upper tiers of the theater, not just in Virginia City or in the West, but even on the East Coast. It was just tradition. Like these certain balconies were reserved for women who were prostitutes and their clients.
So then the husbands would be like, you know what? Actually, I like the drinks the upstairs bar makes a better martini, and so I'm going to go up there to get a drink. I'll be right back at the end of it.
Paul is actually not the only person who did a lot of research for this episode.
Yeah.
I actually found out who the benefit was for that evening.
Yeah.
And it coincidentally enough, it's the same as our following sponsor.
Yeah, so that was for today's sponsor, which is Mothra's Australian, totally not Asian stereotype agent for the 55-gallon drum of Cheddar Bay biscuits. Brought to you by Bain Capital. Although our sponsor is brought to you by the sponsor. So that's
so it's a
not
double
the Rob
sponsor.
Missile Company.
It's tough all over.
The actual Batman villain. Okay. And that's from the Gorilla Dentist from the Bjork video, and that's from 2024.
Well, the Gorilla Dentist from the Bjork video just gets deeper and deeper with these.
So
cuts.
I guess I'm going to say this is an ad for the drum full of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
That's what I was going with. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we know you love your Cheddar Bay biscuits. We know you love a drum full, but you know how hot those things are when they first come out of the oven. That's why we're introducing
Too hot.
Mothra's air-cooled Cheddar Bay biscuit drum. That's right. Straight to you through the cooling air of Mothra's big, beautiful moth wings. They are going to be perfectly blown on so that you can have a temperate biscuit right in your mouth immediately out of the oven rather than singeing. Thank you, Mothra, for cooling my biscuit before I burn my mouth. Even though we all know that the mouth, the nose, and the eyes are the parts of the body that heal the fastest, we still don't want you burning your little tongue on our delicious stuff. Oh, Godzilla's here to get his share. Well, okay, Godzilla, you can have a couple of biscuits, but don't eat them when they're so hot. Wait till Mothra blows on them. And that's brought to you by Bane. That's right. I love a cheddar biscuit. Oh. Okay, I think I covered everything you asked for.
Nothing better, just a full checklist to get for an ad there. Thank you, Gorilla.
So I think within that theater anecdote, do you think that still speaks to the stigma that prostitution is facing today? Do you feel like that was a real class kind of caste sort of situation? And what are we? Of course, there's similar things today, but what are the parallels that you see between the problems they faced then within social standing and today?
Well, I think in many ways it has improved a lot. I mean, there is a brief story in the book, in the San Francisco chapter, about a woman in San Francisco in 1856 who went to the theater and decided to sit in the regular section. She was a very high class prostitute. She ran an expensive brothel, and she did have a lot of high up officials coming to her brothel. And she chose to sit in the regular seats with her husband, her common law husband. And there was a woman sitting near her, and all these men kept looking, and she was very offended. And her husband realized who was there. He went and asked her. Her name was Belcora.
Okay.
So the other woman's husband asks Belcora's husband to take her out of there, and Belcora's husband says, "No, thank you," and Bel says, "No, thank you." And this turns into a feud between Belcora's husband and this other guy who happened to be a U.S. Marshal. And within a couple of days, Cora has killed the U.S. Marshal. And this ignites a vigilante takeover of San Francisco, which happens in 1856. It's actually very famous. They take over the San Francisco government. They're like, we're tired of crime and all these mustache-twirling gamblers running the city. And, so it was a problem.
You leave your mustaches unmanhandled in my city.
I mean, it's
I
a
don't
direct
wanna
quote, mustache-twirling gamblers. That's what they were.
Wow. Wow.
So it was.
I barely twirl my mustache. I feel really attacked. I keep a fine mustache.
You twirl it or you don't. It barely
There's
does
no
not
in
matter.
between.
I occasionally will give it a twirl.
Mustache twirler!
Oh, feels unfair.
So that
So it
little
was-
slight grew into a big thing, huh?
Into a giant thing.
We
So
don't have enough feuds anymore. Do you think we should have more feuds in general?
I think we have feuds. We have
Yeah.
lots of feuds. We have a whole
Well-
national feud, like
Yeah,
perpetual
exactly.
national feud
Well,
going
I
on.
was gonna say, at least we stopped demonizing San Francisco.
Sure.
We've made a lot of progress.
Lots of progress. Oh boy.
So I think things have improved for sex workers today. I mean, there's outside of Pahrump, or just outside Pahrump, there's Sherry's Ranch.
Sure.
Um,
Legal brothels in the United States, we don't have legal prostitution for the most part.
Right.
But in the state of Nevada and some counties, the closest being Pahrump, we have legal brothels where
This
there
comes
is
up all the
legal
time
sex
as I
work.
travel because people, you're from Vegas, blah, blah, that kind of stuff. And I always say, like, oh, actually, it's not legal in Vegas. And they
it's
go,
not
what?
legal in Clark County, and it's not legal in the town of Pahrump, but it is legal in Nye County outside the town of Pahrump.
And it's based on the county's population, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
But
it's a-
essentially, it was when it was crafted, the only county that met that population standard was Clark County. So
This is about keeping it out of Clark County.
yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I always say it's about a population density. It's about an economic driver.
Yeah.
And people get
If you have
very,
lower than a certain number
Yeah.
of people in your county, then you're allowed to have it.
and people, when I say that, they kind of freeze.
Yeah.
They just like, they're like, that makes sense, and I don't want to say cool. And that's what happens.
And it's also them realizing that they got an illegal prostitute while they were doing this. They,
Right.
they thought
They're
that they
like,
were doing
"Oops,
something legal.
oops."
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm on the lam. And
Yeah.
they run. And they just
Right.
run right there.
It's like, you never saw me!
And I don't twirl my mustache.
You're twirling it right now. I
All
can
right,
see you
but I'm
twirling.
nervous.
Well, in terms of like stigma, like my friend who worked as a prostitute, her name was Shannon Williams. She passed away from cancer over 10 years ago, which was
sorry to
probably
hear.
one of the biggest heartbreaks of my life. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
before she died, she was caught up in a sting operation in Oakland. And she was also working as a teacher at Berkeley High School, working with at-risk youth.
Oh, jeez.
So this is on the blotter. It made the news. She ended up being ridiculed by Rush Limbaugh on national radio, and which ruined her career as a teacher and as a prostitute. So,
And just imagine what I wouldn't give to be ridiculed by Rush Limbaugh today.
The ghost,
now,
the freaky
now
ghoul.
it's a career maker.
No. Ugh.
but it was.
Ugh.
I mean, it was totally traumatic. And
Sure.
what she worked in essentially two service industries where
Yeah.
she's working with at-risk youth.
Right, and to stop that, right? So you crack down on sex work, and then that person gets taken away.
And sex work, voluntary sex work, where the practitioner has agency, is a victimless crime and should be considered separate from sex trafficking, which is
Yes.
a completely different question. And honestly, if we could separate those two, I feel like we would have a much better chance of
That's right. Is the destigmatizing of legitimate sex work would actually help?
would help us crack down on the actual crime of sex trafficking, the horrific crime of sex trafficking. These are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for saying so. That's
Yeah.
an important point.
Do we
to
think?
make.
I mean, you gents can talk to it too, and I don't know if what you've experienced as far as like with the legalization of marijuana nationwide or almost nationwide in some
I'm for
respect. It needs to get.
Pro.
I know, but we've got it here in Vegas, and do we think that has? I mean, I would assume that has taken down a lot of the illegal, quote unquote, illegal trade and the violence that was somewhat connected to some of that trafficking and whatnot.
I think it's actually a
within the
mixed
drugs.
bag, to be honest with
Do you think? I don't know.
No, I think it's a mixed bag because I think the cartels still come over from Mexico and
Yeah.
do a lot of their influencing and
Because it's still, this is only my opinion. I think it's because it's still illegal in some places. The cartel still has enough of a hold in places that like there is still significant violence, and it's cheaper to buy it illegally for marijuana than it is to buy it through a dispensary because you got all the taxes, you got all that kind of stuff.
The problem, I like I said, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and down the road from me is an area where people do a lot of marijuana cultivation.
Okay.
And the legalization of marijuana has been a huge headache for Inyo County, but because it's new, and they still have, there's a lot of cartel activity still in that area because it's harder to police. Like we have two police officers.
right. Well, in other words, like it is legal in the state, but still illegal federally. And until we protect it federally, no state government is equipped to fight international cartels.
And no tiny
Not with that
county
attitude.
government. And like
Good point.
I'm also part of the fire department there, and we're trying to build a new we're trying to build a small substation in that community so that we can establish some kind of infrastructure there that will help deter that kind of activity. But just like with the legalization of marijuana, there are tremendous growing pains.
Yeah.
Ideally, what happens is eventually over time, government responds to these challenges and these ideas. Like you can't just do it and 5 years later say, that doesn't work, that's stupid, because this is, especially with prostitution, like if you're going to decriminalize prostitution, if you're going to legalize it, if you're going to regulate it, you're going to be fighting centuries, if not millennia, of a certain kind of prejudice and resistance to this idea.
Right.
So it won't happen overnight, and if it happens, it won't make things better immediately.
Sure.
But I think you have to play the long game when you're looking at that kind of thing.
I'm curious about your friend post scandal. How did life shake out post scandal?
It was rough for her for a while. I had never seen her depressed in my whole life, and she fell into a depression for a while, and she came out of it. She was planning to sell kettle corn at fairgrounds or whatever.
Yeah.
But eventually, she became a BDSM masseuse.
Okay.
Within legal parameters and whatever.
Okay.
And and that was it. It was.
Was it something she enjoyed?
Yeah. It wasn't the work she really wanted to do, but it was something that she could work with, that she could do.
Yeah.
And she had 3 children altogether. And
So it's time to settle down.
Yeah, she loved being a mom, and she needed work that she could do. I mean, people don't think about sex workers as mothers and wives and women who have families and lives, and she did.
No, and you're actually like you said, you guys watched out for the kid. Like you're working more manageable shifts, right?
Yeah.
Like you are able to spend more time.
Yeah.
With the children if you're
so her
working
shifts,
for an hour or two at a
she'd
time.
go out work for an hour or two, and then she'd have money, to do, instead of working, 8 hours a day.
I was going to say, it's a good hourly rate.
Yes. The hourly wages were great.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that our good friend got married, and she paid for all our bridesmaid dresses, and, and she was one of the smartest and most ethical and biggest hearted people I have ever known. So when people say, prostitution, it breeds crime, and it's not prostitution that breeds crime. It's the stigma and the segregation and the complete misunderstanding and, you know, all the many other things you could list. But
yeah.
prostitution tends to coexist with
Well, you bring up a
tremendous
story
crime.
where it was coexisting, right? Like you're talking about Virginia City in a time where it wasn't banished or, you know, made to be done in the shadows, and you found someone who was contributing to their community and their city.
Right. And the women in that neighborhood where prostitution was conditionally legal, you know, they contributed to their community. There were other businesses in the neighborhood. The biggest theater in town was in the district where prostitution was legal. There were
makes sense.
restaurants. There were,
Yeah.
you know, and it was not a hotbed of crime because it was handled differently.
Right. So with the less stigma, you're talking about some success there. Of course, there'll still be social things that happen there, but there are social things that happen in my neighborhood. My neighbors hate that I have a basketball hoop, right? That just bothers the shit out of them. And we get a letter every 3 months.
Bad actors
would-
everywhere.
I would much rather have a brothel next door than a house with a basketball hoop. Oh, fuck you.
So I take it like, you know, part of what you're writing about also is to help kind of preserve your friend's legacy here, right? And to just kind of memorialize the life that she led by focusing on all of these women that came before and the struggles and strives that they had. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very true. There is, when I started writing this book, I struggled through a lot because I was working with a history professor named Ronald James, who knows everything about Virginia City, who is like the GOAT. And
Wow.
I had this, I'm like, when my friend was dying, there were like 50 of us in the hospital waiting room. And I remember this woman there. She was like, she must have been a beautiful queen. And she was a beautiful queen. And that always stuck with me. And I was like, Julia Bulette was a beautiful queen, and I'm going to prove it.
There
And
you
you're
go.
not supposed to go in with an agenda. You know,
Right.
I'm a retired journalist. You know, I'm supposed to go in to find the story. But I'm like,
No bias. However,
No, but I think that's what's fascinating about this, because, you know, when your publicists send us our way, like, it was like, oh, it's an old true crime kind of deep dive. But talking to you, like, no, this is coming from a different place.
Yeah.
This is what's motivating this and inspiring this book is coming from a different place than, like, in this Anito murder that I want to be obsessed
It's not
with.
telling the story of a murder. It's telling the story of a person.
Right.
You fell in love with a person, and you want to tell her story.
And it tells the stories of the murders, too. And it's essentially marketed as true crime because otherwise no one would read it.
right. Right.
I understand. No,
I
that's
get
fine.
it.
Yeah.
Fair dinkum.
I listen
Fair
to
dinkum.
Fair
plenty of
dinkum.
true crime stuff myself. My wife is obsessed with a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
the true
yeah.
question is there an audio version of the book available?
No, I'm not really sure. The History Press is a small press, and they don't tend to do audiobooks, but I actually was going to reach out to them and ask if there's a way to do that, because I've been asked that several times.
There is. There's a
Because there's
service.
certain lazy knuckleheads that basically only listen to books. I don't know who they are.
Who are you talking about, Matt?
Maybe they're on the 19th deck of a cruise ship. They're stuck working for the week, and
Oh,
maybe they just walk around and listen
okay.
to
All
books.
right. All right. Yeah.
ACX.com. ACX.com. It's a service online. They match authors and publishers with people who read audiobooks. And then you can hire them right through there, and they read the whole. They do the whole audiobook.
Well, she's not. She's getting her publisher to hire. her.
I'm saying, point the publisher at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, do whatever.
All right. It's cheap. Tell your publisher. Who's your publisher?
The History Press.
The History Press. It's cheaper than you think,
It's
History
cheap.
Press. All right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
ACX.com.
Yeah.
Okay?
Not gonna break
Get
the
with
bank.
it.
You know who else records audiobooks?
2026 History Press.
Yeah, hire this person. The following sponsor.
Yeah. Paul Mattingly's new Get Rich Quick scheme. That's from the Scoop of Monte Cristo in 2023. This is Paul Mattingly's new Get Rich Quick scheme.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're all desperate to find out how I made my tens of dollars. Well, let me tell you, there is a secret known only to us entertainment types. Yes, in fact, all you have to do is seek out world-renowned impressionist Rich Little. Set him down for 5 minutes, and you will gain the wealth of a man of 1,000 voices. That's right. Get rich quick. Get rich little. And you
Get
will
Rich Little real quick.
get rich little quick. Find that man. Here he comes. Hello, it's me, Rich Little, doing a really big show. happening. Get ready for it. We got some great guests coming up here, and later in the evening,
This is good. This is
we're gonna have
delightful.
I figured he was going to start with Johnny
Turbo
Carson, which
Zizou.
dated. He went even backwards. He went
Turbo Zizou will be on the show later on. Everybody wants to see Topo and the Beatles. Yes, those fine young lads from Liverpool. Really big. Coming up. Gotta go.
Oh, that Rich Little was busy. He's got,
busy
he's got
guy.
places to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, Scoops.
Well,
check
and he apparently he only does Ed Sullivan anymore, so I don't know. He's locked into that one voice. now.
He's really in on that one.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, I'm sure you've just sold at least 2 books. I'm sure Jacob and I are now getting. These
Oh, I'm
books.
in.
So you got that going on. So
Oh,
it's
you
worth
sold
it at
one to
least
my
there.
wife for sure.
3.
No.
We're up to 3.
I'm fascinated now that your perspective is so much richer behind
This
what
is
it is,
great.
and so I'm very fascinated for it. And I don't know enough about my own damn state. Right, I moved here in 2008. And,
Well, you didn't know the
I could-
Comstock Lode. That's a
All right,
little
well,
bit,
stop.
yeah.
We don't have to rub it in. I'm already apologizing. I'm already doing the mea culpa, Paul. Why do you gotta?
Saying
Fair
love
enough.
you
While
so
I'm
much.
down.
Fair enough. That's what we refer to Jacob's backyard with all the dogs. That's the Comstock Lode back there. Yeah. Don't step in the Comstock Lode when you're out there
No,
in fake
don't do
grass.
it.
Yeah. Watch
And
yourself.
I would say I'm speaking for the listeners who might not know what it is, but I also did not know what it was, so I can't use that defense
Okay.
there.
Probably speaking
But,
for at least some of the listeners.
But I had to be
Sure.
speaking for at least one other listener.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
think
yeah.
somebody else did.
Well,
Yeah.
we're all learning together. We're on a learning journey.
Yeah.
But this is
Well,
great. This is definitely not a well-worn subject by any means.
No.
Yeah, I did want to say, if you haven't bought the book and you want to buy it in person, get it signed. I will be at the Nevada State Museum on Thursday, May 21st at 4:00. I'll be speaking. Have a slideshow, the whole thing, and
Do you do a lot of speaking as a researcher of Nevada history?
I do on and off, and especially this year since the book came out, because I'm going around, trying to get people to read it. And,
Yeah.
Cool. So we got an in-person event happening very soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. All right. Do you want to stick around or
We're gonna do some mail. We're gonna do
mail and trivia?
some trivia. You want to hang out?
I wouldn't mind hanging out if
Hang
you don't
out,
mind having
hang
me.
out.
Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah,
for
No,
a round.
we love it.
Let's
Yep.
do a little scoop mail.
Well, let's say the book one more time. Nice and clearly.
Please do.
It's The Redemption of Julia Bulette, Murder, Myth, and the Hunt for a Serial Killer in Early Virginia City by Robin Flinchum.
All right.
And if
that'll-
people
we
can't
go.
come to the live event, where can they get the book?
You can get the book online. Bookshop.org is a better alternative to Amazon. You can buy it straight from Arcadia Press, and you can go to your local museums. I'm not sure. The Writer's Block in Las Vegas carries it.
Oh, it's
Fantastic.
a great spot. But
I love the
that's a
Writer's
tourist
Block.
destination anyway.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to the Writer's Block, it's one of the coolest finds in Las Vegas. If you're visiting,
Yes.
it's an awesome place to hang out, and it's a great place to get your book.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll
That's where I'll get
definitely
mine.
share those links on our socials as we go forward. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now let's do some scoop mail.
Message for you, sir.
We got one from Scoopardy, sending greetings, chaotic, unfiltered, nonsense-talking showmen, cunts for short.
Okay.
First of all, fuck
Australian
you,
scoop.
Paul and Jacob.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
guys.
never mind.
What
I was
did we
hopping
do
in a
now?
well. I
What do we
agree.
do now?
Paul and Jacob, you rascals. In episode 1287, Jacob just had to regale us with a story of kids touching assholes. What?
Do you remember this?
I think
what
this is
story
this
did I
this comes from
regale you with?
the game that's played in Japan. It's the prank game. What's it?
Yeah, you said kid.
Yeah.
They were like young 20s.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like it's like here in the States where it's punch buggy or
Right,
a toot
right.
for flinching, but it's like
Yeah,
you
this
sneak
was-
up behind somebody and you do a special finger poke in the
Yeah.
in the behind.
This was a story. I was walking out of a casino. This is months ago. I was walking out of a casino behind a group of like young 20-something women and guys too. But there was a group of women right in front of me, and somebody who turned out knew them came up behind one of the women and just like poked her in the butthole. And she spun around and thought it was me for like half a second, and I thought my life had just ended. I was like, my life is over. I'm now a sex offender. This is awful. This is terrible. Oh, just getting hives thinking about that again. Thanks for that, Scoopardy.
Yeah, it's called Kanchō in Japan.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Kanchō.
The prank where you put your hands together and poke somebody in the butt.
This podcast is not an advocate for Kanchō. We do not
No.
speak-
We are
Kanchō at your
for
own risk.
nachos. We
Yeah.
do like nachos.
Yeah, we like nachos. Nachos, no conchos.
That's right.
Nachos, no
That's the
Kanchō.
T-shirt. Yeah. Let's see. Jacob had to regale us with that story, which naturally led to Paul providing a master class on the Japanese art of Kanchō. Thank
Yeah.
you, Paul. Of course,
I remember.
this is the one and only episode that my wife happened to catch at the car.
Perfect. The last episode she ever listened to. Great.
Well, Robin is hearing this for the first time. Robin, is this an episode that you would entice you to listen to more episodes of just this story?
It's a no for Robin.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
out.
No
She's
for
out.
Robin.
She's actually packing her bag right now.
It's just a fact. It's just the game is just a fact of life out in Japan. I'm telling you.
Since that fateful drive, my once innocent rear end hasn't known a moment of peace.
Oh, look, she picked up on it. She's playing the Kanchō.
Washing the dishes, bam, Kanchō.
Look
Loading
at this.
the dryer, bam, Kanchō. Trying to change in the privacy of my own closet, bam, Kanchō. Double-handed Kanchō.
This email took a turn. I was not anticipating.
We
this
won
turn.
somebody over. See?
I now live my life in a constant state of tactile readiness. No matter where I go in this house, my head is on a swivel and my back is to the wall. I am a prisoner in my own home because my wife has become a finger-darting predator. And you two provided the blueprints. So fuck you, and I hope your next fast food order is all kinds of fucked up when you get home.
I will not apologize for our podcast being an ambassador of Japanese culture.
Not at all. And in fact, I would say if anything, we have improved your marriage, sir. We have definitely improved the marriage.
We take full credit.
I really did.
And
I
your
just saw.
butthole ascended.
I just saw an Insta reel where it was a marriage counselor lady who was saying the couples that have weird little inside jokes and things, the ones that stay strong. And I'd say Kanchō's a pretty weird little inside joke to be
It's
playing with
inside
each
of
other.
something.
Yeah. That's an inside poke more than an inside joke, I guess. Yeah. Fantastic.
see.
Oh, I'm so happy that turned the way it did.
Yeah,
I
you're
bet
not
she's
getting
still
an apology from
listening.
Jacob or Paul.
No,
You're not
I
I
getting
bet
an
no
apology at all.
apologies. I bet she's still listening. She's got to figure out some more games to prank him with.
If anything, we've broadened your horizons.
Yeah. And other things, possibly.
Yeah. We got one from our trolling scoop. Fine men of the Churn. I was recently in Vegas town and had a small encounter that I'd like you to weigh in on. Name
Okay.
that scam.
Okay.
Oh, this is good because I have a potential scam that I'm involved in right now that I want to see if I want to ask you guys if you think it's a scam.
I also like I like that you're bringing that up. We're tabling it. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, we're gonna get to it. The background, I took my dear mother to the Sphere to see The Wizard of Oz, and we, of course, went to see Absent. Wonderful program, 5 stars, unless you take the chairs into account, which would make it 1 star. But I digress. I would have applied for an internship, but Jacob was not working that night. Later that night, I was hanging out at our hotel after dear mother went to bed, enjoying a beer before bedtime in the hotel main area, where there was a lounge act belting out tunes. The notable thing was a 70-plus-year-old gal chair grooving to the lounge singer. Didn't pay much attention until this dude came into the picture. It's worth diving into the vibe of this gal. She was dressed to the nines and notably had a septum ring connected to her nose ring. She moved from chair dancing to the lounge act to dancing by herself in the bar area. Again, this was all fading into the background vibe of the hotel casino until this dude showed up. He glommed onto her and became her cheerleader. He egged her on and did a little dancing with her. That's when I accidentally made contact and he pulled me in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
You got thrupled into this mix? Oh, boy.
My first read of him was that he was a little bit of a lonely, sad sack hiding from his wife or family, but I think he was on a scam quest and I was his target. He approached me with the feel of trying to impress with some mentalist tricks. He claimed to be able to tell where I was from based on how I said 5 words. I was bored enough to go with it. He failed on all 5. Then he said he could guess my height/weight correctly, or he would buy me a beer. He guessed wrong and awkwardly bought me a beer.
There you go. And now you have a language of currency happening.
I felt the scam building, but he delivered on the beer, so I humored him a little bit. That's when he had me hang with the chair dancer gal, where he tried to convince her that he and I were longtime best friends, and he also gave me a story about how his wife was divorcing him. He claimed his age was clearly older than he was.
What an exhausting con already this is. Just
We chatted for a bit longer
God.
before he said, I'd better get out of here before they kick me out, and then he jetted, practically ran to the casino. My question is, am I just incredibly naive, or is he the worst con man ever? His carny questions were clearly targeted to learn more about me in order to scam, but it felt like his first time scamming. Thoughts? Sort of told him Scoop.
Well, this brings up a point that I always say about Las Vegas.
This asshole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't come here to be the biggest asshole they're ever going to be. They come here to try out being the biggest asshole they're ever going to be.
Yeah.
And so you might be right. You might be like, oh man, I've never gotten to con anyone. I should try to do this con. He might have just been repeating something that he got roped into hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, that's a possibility. That's certainly a possibility.
Because I got roped into one with, like, I bet I can tell you where you got your shoes.
Yeah.
You got your shoes and your feet. Give me $40. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? No.
Didn't catch the second part.
But yeah, so he might have just been repeating a thing that he got conned on.
He might have been hitting on the dancer girl and thinking that roping you into it might help.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is here in this town, it's just there's a spectrum of possibilities, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just not as exciting as it is in your head.
Right.
And you don't get to be the center of attention or the star of things the way you think it is when you come out and try to be some kind of high roller, right?
I watch people here all the time, and I just look at them and go like, man, when they thought about doing that in their head 20 seconds ago, it looked so different from how it looked in real life.
I actually finally said like advice to my son that I knew I was going to say when they were babies, but like this was going to be time when they got older, and it came out of my mouth. I was like, oh my God, I did it.
There it is.
It was like, don't be writing a book no one's going to read.
Ooh.
Which is like, he's like, you know, I was playing the soccer team, and you know, this is the season where I did this but didn't do this, and I go, who the hell's talking about that?
Yeah.
No one's reading that book, buddy. No one's encapsulating your first season on the soccer team in your middle school.
Yeah.
Nobody.
But speaking of writing a book, the problem with this narrative is that we don't know what happened to the old woman with the ring in her nose.
Yes.
That's the classic Chekhov's gun. Like, we've got the old woman with the ring in her nose.
Yeah.
Doesn't-
Could that have been?
Chekhov septum ring.
Yes.
Could that have been 80s one-hit wonder Jane Child from the I don't want to fall in love fame? Because that's the only person I can recall with the nose ring to ear deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that it's her.
Okay, it sounds like that's where. So Jane Child is hanging out in Vegas.
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
night. Okay,
This
great.
is us
Okay.
reporting.
Yeah.
Mystery solved. Would she be 80 now? Close, right?
Oh.
I don't know. She was probably
All right.
30 in the 80s. I don't know.
Tell me if this is a scam.
Oh yeah.
So I got added to this list by this service
Cash
that I was
Patel.
using. That's it. And they said, okay, we're going to have you buy items online. You're just going to buy the item. We will reimburse you for whatever money you spend on the item, and you will leave reviews for these items, and then you will keep the items.
I've seen this before. I've not engaged the service. I understand on its face value what it could be as not a scam, right? Like,
Right.
in other words,
I don't understand how it is a scam. I also don't understand how it isn't a scam.
it seems like it's just it seems like 2 steps back from a really ambitious idea, right? Like, it's more valuable to get early reviews in your process to improve your rankings on different sites that sell objects. And you say, well, we should just give it to people, make them review it, right? And you go like, well, we can't just give it away.
Right.
Do they
Like,
make you keep it and then charge you for it? Do they make you give credit card information at some point?
Nope.
Weird.
it just seems like a bad practice of like, we really need to get our reviews up.
Literally, it is you buy the item, you send them a screenshot of your having purchased the item. They PayPal you whatever you spent on the item. The PayPal is in your account and like transferred to your bank before the item even shows up in the shipping usually. And then the item shows up, they ask you to review it later on, and that's the end of the discussion.
And it's a verified review instead of an unverified.
Right.
Review.
Yeah,
That's it. It's a verified
Scoop
purchaser.
Jesus in the chat saying it's fine on your end. They're just paying for positive reviews.
That's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it seems too good to be true. It seems very scammy, but I don't know.
Andy, do you have a hand up, like as if you want to speak to this topic? I just see your hand up in the chat.
Or are you just waving?
Or
is the thing just it also might have just done the thing.
Oh, just recognize his hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he is speaking.
We can't hear you, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we are about to do your.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
there you are.
Oh, yeah. So
I'm sorry. Yeah, I actually have been doing that for a long time now. I can't recall how it started, but I had an email. And,
the service.
Yeah, the service. Yeah, the guys from China, obviously, and all the actual companies are different. You know, I think they just changed names just to start on new reviews. You know, but yeah, they'll send me a link with several different items that I could choose from, and they'll either ask for a review and then reimburse me, or there's some products I got that I didn't even have to review, just ordering them, I got them, and sometimes they would give me a commission on top of reimbursing for the purchase.
Andy, you're taking a
ride.
So you haven't
Big
been
money
conned yet, Andy. You've been participating.
No,
in
not been conned yet.
All right.
Well,
we'll try it.
Thank you.
Can I interest you in a Nachos Not Conchos t-shirt?
Yes, you can.
Can you review that?
Let's do a little jock versus nerd.
All right, Robin will be our lifeline here.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Time for jock versus
Explosion
of Kanchō loads.
Oh my
wow,
God.
Jesus.
We got a Scoopardy.
That was unfair.
We got a Scoopardy coming at us today from the OG Scoop. The categories
go.
are
Speak of the devil.
15-letter words, homophones 7, movie music, and popular board games. Matt, you're up first. What you want?
Oh, gosh. Homophones for 200, please.
If a certain ancient Greek stringed instrument told a falsehood.
Oh, piece of cake. This is a walk in the park. Jim Carrey movie, Matt.
Do you have this, Robin?
Liar, Lyre.
Oh, liar.
A liar.
Yeah.
I was thinking like harping and yeah. So that's not lying. Oh, it's lying. Let's see. I'll try. Oh God, 15-letter words. I'll try it.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh no.
No.
That's so many.
Why am I clicking on this category? I've already done it. No. In the world of eye care, only this O profession requires an MD. I'm going to assume it's 15 letters. Is ophthalmologist 15 letters?
I think so.
Sure, let's try
right.
that.
Yeah.
Ophthalmologist.
Ophthalmologist. And optometrist and
Optometrist.
Optometrist.
I believe it's optometrist.
It's pronounced Optometrist Prime. He's the
Hello,
leader of the
human.
Autobots.
I'm
and he has the greatest
optometrist. I'm
eyesight.
here to look at
Yes.
your eyeball like a human would
There's
look at
an
another
E in
human
an
eyeball.
optometrist? I didn't know there was an E in the middle of optometrist.
Yeah,
There was an I.
You gotta put
Learn something
there.
every day.
You gotta throw one in there.
Put an ampersand in there. Come on.
I mean, I'm saying this like I could spell it if you asked me right now, and I can't.
I just can't spell it.
Yeah.
Paul, you're up.
I'm going to shoot the moon on popular board games for 800, please.
Oh. Dating back as far as the 7th century, this most popular board game can give you a royal headache.
7th century. Goodness sakes.
Show me Yahtzee.
No.
Sorry.
I think it's probably maybe Baccarat. I don't know. No, I'll pass.
Matt. It passes to Matt.
I was really thinking chess because
Oh, you're right. That's it. You got it.
It's got to be chess, right?
You got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, checkers, you king me, but
Yeah.
I
That
don't
too,
think
but
it's
yeah.
it. I'm going to go with chess.
Let's try chess. It's chess.
Bingo. Nicely done.
No,
Ooh,
it's
you
a
got
different
you
game.
stole 800.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's your turn.
Well, if everybody remembers the last Scoopardy, I really could use some help.
I don't
So
know. Also, there's plenty of time for Matt to lose these points.
good point.
You're
I
right,
think we haven't
you're
had
right,
any
We got
daily
daily doubles left.
Two
there are
doubles out
questions,
there.
It's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Matt could lose points right now.
But you know I love my homophones.
You do. Anticipating the results from the dreaded bathroom scales.
Wait for weight, Jacob.
Wait
Yeah.
for weight. There you go. It's me. I'll try a popular board game, 600. You might be sunk if you don't strategically place your tokens in this game. That, of course, is Parcheesi.
Tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks.
You sank my tiddlywinks.
You son of a bitch.
How dare you?
Battleship. It's the battleship, of course.
Yeah. It's the battleship of board games. I'll go with homophones for 8.
Filing a civil suit against a particular Midwestern North American indigenous nation could be described much more quickly and clearly as this.
Sue the Sioux.
Sue the Sioux.
That's really good.
Andy Cheek, you son of a bitch.
You sank my tiddlywinks, Andy Cheek.
Matt.
Homophone 600. Let's clean it up.
Yeah. If you sweep chimneys in your best Tom Ford or Armani, it could be said that you wear this.
Suit?
Suit.
Suit? I mean, I think it's suit. I don't, but it's not technically a homophone.
Soot? Are you saying soot?
Soot is what
Like S-O-O-T?
Yeah. Do you pronounce that suit?
I pronounce it soot.
So do I.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
don't
what
know.
it is, isn't it?
I don't know.
Maybe. Could it
I'm
be?
going,
Oh, it
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suit,
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, okay,
That's it.
yeah, that's
I
just
get it. I get it, guys, but I'm taking the points.
You're taking the
What's
point. You got the points.
That's a close one.
It's me. I'll try board games, 400.
Yeah.
During World War II, a spinner replaced the 2 dice in this real estate game due to lack of materials. That's when my mom was a lot smaller. She was a spinner back then. It's my mom,
Oh,
that
jeez.
ugly bitch.
My goodness.
It's got to be Monopoly.
Monopoly doesn't have a spinner.
It,
was,
it did
during
for a
World
little
War
while.
II,
in World War
apparently
II.
they
Apparently.
made some with spinners,
Yeah. They didn't have enough
Oh.
materials for dice. Yeah.
which I bet still exist, and I bet are worth
I'm
something.
sure those
That's
are
it.
collectible.
During World
Yeah.
War II, replacing spinners was part of that stigma we were talking about earlier.
That's
right.
We can't-
Mhm.
Still no daily doubles.
Still
Oh,
no
man.
daily doubles, and it's Paul's
dangerous
turn.
game now. It's a
Goodness,
dangerous
this is
game.
this is.
Let's see, score check. Matt is ahead with 2,000. I'm in second with 1,200. Paul's in third with 800. There are 2 daily doubles out there. There's a lot of questions left. It's anyone's game.
all movie
Doo-doo-doo.
music for 800.
Movie music for 800. This quirky, famous composer known for quirky soundtracks was also a leader in the quirky band Oingo Boingo.
That would be Danny Elfman.
It's a dead man's party.
Yeah.
That's your Danny Elfman go-to, huh?
For Oingo Boingo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matt.
All right.
Plus, I didn't have the soundtrack for Edward Scissorhands. Just read
Well,
the-
and there's not a
read the
whole lot
event.
of lyrics outside of The Simpsons. The Simpsons. And that's it. Yeah.
Danny Elfman.
With Robin in the room, I feel confident about going for 15-letter words.
Oh,
She's
no.
a writer.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
She knows words.
Completing a task, achieving a goal, and winning a game are all examples of things that one could list as this 15-letter word.
ACCOMBISH. Accomplishments?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's it.
Accomplishments
Nice.
is indeed correct.
By the way,
Using those
it
fingers.
literally just went over 10 and I went for it. I was like, it's more than 10. Let's go. I didn't finish out 15. I just was like, it's more than 10.
I didn't even try to count mine in there earlier.
Let's spin the spinner on this one.
I was like, that's 15-ish. Movie music for 600. There's one. It's a daily double.
Daily double. Here we go. Ooh, for 1,200. Look out.
Olivia Newton-John followed up Grease with this musical film that shares its name with the title song by ELO and herself.
Xanadu.
Xanadu.
Did you have that? Or did
Oh,
you
I
use
had
Robin?
Xanadu. Come on. Did I have Xanadu?
Yes.
Of course I had Xanadu. Paul.
I'll movie music for 400, please.
Spielberg's go-to soundtrack composer.
Oh, I mean, John Williams, I suppose.
No, I'm sorry. It's The Shark. The Shark. It's John Williams.
Yeah. He's everybody's go-to composer.
Yeah, I mean, he's my go-to composer. Matt.
What would you use John for, Jacob?
Oh, nothing yet. But I plan on going to him if I write a film that needs composing.
So do we still not do any daily doubles yet?
No, I just
did
did
one.
one.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt and I are tied for
One,
the lead with
there's
2,400.
one still out there. Yeah.
Paul's got 2,000. There's one out there. We got
This
15
really
letter
is
words,
anybody's
we got
game.
movie music. We got popular board games.
It's tough because to go for the win, I want to go for 15-letter words, but if the daily
Okay.
doubles out there.
Oh, then it's dangerous.
I don't want to jinx it, but we've gotten every question right so far. There have been passes,
true?
but I think so. I think.
Oh.
Did we
Until
pass all
now,
the way on
Jacob.
any one of them?
So
Maybe we passed-
15-letter words for 600.
I don't think we passed all the way on any of them yet.
Whether you are befuddled, bewildered, or confused, someone could say that you are this as well.
Ambidextrous.
Fortuitous.
A little hoity-toity. Hyphens, that adds up to 15 letters.
Oh.
If you are befuddled, whether you're befuddled, bewildered, or confused. I don't think I have this one.
Oh.
It's going to be a pass for me, Jacob.
Oh, no, that passes to me. Whether you're befuddled, bewildered, or confused, you are constipated. C-O-N.
Why aren't I pooping?
I'm bewildered, befuddled, and confused about this.
You need somebody to Kanchō you.
Come on. Bringing it all together.
Oh, you got a grown out of Robin there, Paul. No, that was too
Mission
far.
accomplished.
Robin didn't like the Kanchō jokes.
Mission
Come on.
accomplished.
Too far with
It's
those
how we're
guests.
gaining listeners, guys. It's how we're making families whole.
Paul, I'm passing to you. Do you know this one?
I'm trying to.
Paul's been Googling it while we've been talking.
No,
about it.
I thought Twitter pated for a second.
That means in love. That means to fall in love.
I also thought Twitter pated for a second.
Confounded
But I
confounded
just like
is not
thinking about
long
Twitter
enough.
pated.
See, I jinxed
Confuse
it.
Ed.
Confuse Ed. Yeah. No, I'll have to pass. I can't think
Let's
of it right off
see.
the top of my head.
Discombobulated.
Ah,
see,
see, there we
Come
go.
on. We've all let ourselves down.
We have. We're all failures.
Let's see. We got popular board games, movie music, and 15-letter words. Fuck you, 15-letter words. Let's see. I'll be going with popular board games for 200. Do I have to spell it out for you?
Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry. Sure. Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, what's the name of the game with the blocks and the letters?
Life.
Scrabble.
Life.
Scrabble.
There you go.
Life.
So you got Xanadu, no problem, but Scrabble, you
Yeah.
gotta go. You gotta reach out to a lifeline.
I was like, I played it.
Ah,
Paul, you got movie music or 15-letter words. Whoever gets
Well-
the daily double is going for the win.
I got to go 15-letter words to get the win points wise.
For 800, I can think
Oh,
of
see-
47 adverbs
no.
that magnify these traits: ignorant, hateful, greedy, and orange. But this one is my favorite.
Oh goodness. See, now there's a lot of possibilities here.
Yeah.
Oh.
You have 47 adverbs that magnify these.
Yeah.
Ogre-ishly.
I'll pass.
Trumpian.
Matt.
I don't know. Let me think here for a second. Ignorant, hateful, greedy, and orange.
Huh.
Presidential?
No, I
Yeah,
already
something,
thought of
but-
presidential.
Present?
Not
Is it his
15
full
words.
name?
Or not 15 letters.
No. His full name's
Presidentially.
Oh, yeah.
Presidentially.
It's his. I think it's his full name spelled out. All three names. That's 15
I'm going to
letters.
pass. I'm going to pass.
Oh, Paul is right.
I think it is. I almost guessed that, but I didn't want to say his name because
Adverbs that
it
magnify
gives me
these
Voldemort
traits.
vibes.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Oh.
Extraordinarily.
Interesting.
Wasn't get there. Wasn't getting there.
No.
Matt, closing
it's
out
not
the
one word
category
anymore.
and the
No,
game,
it's a
movie
trap.
music for 200, and it's a daily double.
This is
Now
it, the
it's for
game right here, baby.
2,400. This 1939 iconic tune, sung by Judy Garland, became her signature song.
You got this, man.
WAP. Wet ass pussy.
There's some holes in this house. 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 Liza backed her up.
That's pretty good.
People
pretty
don't
good.
know that. Liza backed her up. It was great.
Mama,
I'll-
Mama, what's going on?
I mean, I imagine this is somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
It's my final answer.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Gotta be.
Somewherely.
Somewherely.
Somewherely over the rainbow.
Somewherely over the rainbow is
Yeah.
correct. That is
Whoa.
the game. Matt crushed it with 4,800 points.
I believe that just brings me up to negative 2,000. My last two scoopers.
I think so, yeah. Let's see. I'm in second with 2,600. Paul is in third with 2,000. That's from the OG Scoop. Thank you, OG Scoop.
Thanks,
Gaines
OG.
with
That was a good one.
Sombrero over the rainbow.
The rainbow.
If you want to send us a Scoopardy or a Price is Right Jock versus Nerd or an Obelisk Jock versus Nerd, or send us some Scoop mail, head over to heyscoops.com right there on the homepage. You can send us all those things. Do all the things right there at heyscoops.com. Matt, where else should they go?
They should check out preachingfun.com, where they can support us on our Patreon page today. Numerous tiers.
Numerous tiers. So many tiers.
Really will save you some coin.
It's true. Or if after you're done, you're going to go clean up the Comstock Lode, head over to fartsinabag.biz.
Farts, 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 farts.
She likes the Comstock Lode. That's fartsinabag.biz. That, along with preachingfun.com, it takes you over to our Patreon page, where for as little as $3 a month, you can help keep this show on the air. We are dependent on our paid subscribers over there at Patreon. So if you think this show is worth more than $0, preachingfun.com, fartsinabag.biz, those are the places you can go to help us out. We'd really appreciate it.
And
My
don't
Comstock Lode's
forget,
all backed up, and I'm confounded about it.
don't forget Patreon subscribers and non-Patreon subscribers this month, especially on the 23rd. We're going to be having our special Zoom Hangout, which is a regular monthly bonus that you get for being a Patreon subscriber at a certain tier. $10 or up a month. And now this month, we're going to open it as a free-for-all for all scoops. I'm going to get that invite sent out in the next couple of days. So look for that not only in your Patreon feed, but also somewhere in Scoop Group as the date gets closer. It'll be happening over Memorial Day weekend. So hopefully you guys can join us for some fun and games and chat and hang out for a couple hours on that Saturday.
Oh, a weekend? I celebrate those privately.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think
Maybe
Robin
Matt
is
and
stopping
Jacob will
by.
drop by. Who knows? Yes.
Of course we will.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Give us
Lovely
the
to
book
have
title
you,
one more
Robin.
time.
The Redemption of Julia Bulette, Murder, Myth, and the Hunt for a Serial Killer in Early Virginia City.
I can't wait to read this book.
I know. I'm
This
very
is,
excited.
I'm
about
really
it.
excited about this book. I haven't been this excited about a new book in a while.
Yay.
I'm heading down to the Slovenian Art Space to pick up my magazines. They put a magazine out. Oh, you have it.
I have it right here.
Yeah, I am now like Robin, a published writer. I'm an
Whoa.
author and ACLV. I got a big hook. I interviewed Piff the Magic Dragon. Could you imagine
Nice.
that guy took time to sit down and talk to me?
Oh,
So I interviewed Piff.
you know, it's tough all over.
For ACLV magazine, and so yeah, I gotta go pick up mine. So I'm gonna go over to the
writer's block.
the writer's block, and pick up your book. That's what I'm gonna do while I'm down there. All right, I want to thank the following people who support us on our Patreon page.
I was getting ready to wrap up.
Wait, Oh, without doing the thank yous?
Yeah.
You fool.
I-
We have
exactly.
2 lists.
Yeah.
We already messed up last week.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on.
We're doing 1312 and 1313 today.
The following people have to maybe just take a little walk up to the second floor of the theater and see what's going on up there.
Yeah.
I want to thank Josh, Erica Hebart, Chaotic Clumsy, David Lemons, Nicholas Petty, Michael Hall, Eric Ashby, Ralph Barrett, Joe Mastrangelo, Angela Chan, Alex Stovo Cornetto Scoop, Brian McLeod, Trent Lloyd, Peter McDougall, Mark Sadowski, Unbanned Scoop, Mark Wilson, David Lang, Avon Zarlez, Matthew Connor, Leon Cox, and Ellie O'Dare. And I'm taking the break as it is in the app.
Okay, great. The following individuals find that they at least can still see the night sky from their home. Crocoduck Scoop, Justin Robert Young, Kurt Bad Pirate Scoop Wiggins, Makins Peterson, Brian Traves, George Guskov, Enos Raccoon, Nathan's Hot Dog Scoop, Lauren Lizzo, Edward Bender, Mike Six, Doc Scoop, Donald McDaniel, Tipsy Scoop, 9/11 was an inside joke, Mycelium Scoop, Lance Amond, Michael Calder, Keister Sunday, Mark Dryden, Barry Rowe, and Connor Hack.
And the following scoops, every time they do it, they say boop. That's Scott A., Apple Scoop, Aaron Wentling, R.W., Johnny Parker, B.J. Joyer, Bossy, A.J.B., Martin, John Holshin, Jim Hunter, Stephen Landon, Ann Smith, Chris DePero, Brian McLeod, Phil Renly, J.Ra Burgess, Raymond, you know who you are, Sherry Phillips, Tanya Knapp, Walter Abel, and Stephen M. Yorse.
The following people were way late to the microbrew craze when starting a bar just outside of Pahrump. Jennifer Davis, Ryan, Radioactive Scoop, Nathan Stevens, Kirby Evans, Dark Shift, John Moore, Kane Casolari, Scooper Duper Looper, Pete Romano, Phil Theobald, Deb Title, Justine Scoop Karma Cannon, Pick It Up, Pick It Up, Pick It Up, Peggy Sir Scoopy McScooperton III Esquire, Janan Lankard, Big Sexy Butters, Jared Martin, Ravi Bhatia, and Tess Miller.
The following people demand a Kanchō with their Nancho: Tyler Bartlett, Jody Hurley, Brian Galuda, John Pari, Juan Galvez, Emma and Tonka Trunk the Pony, Matt Slingren, Scott Ashlock, James Litvak, Kimst, Mohan Nair, Thomas, Alan Bennett, Matt M., Jason Norris, Kevin Todd, John Schumann, Andrew Osachuk, Sammy Scoop, Adam Stickney, and Matt Glowacki.
And the following scoops are all mad at Matt Donnelly just to even things out. That's Ben Smith, a Transient Flare, John Stewart, Leah Sharp, Charles Ullman, James Hubble, Nuno Silva, Zach L., Gordon, Robert Thompson, Mark Madison, Brian W. Gray, Udo Gearhards, Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social.
Wow, we sponsor ourselves?
Huh. Interesting.
Apparently,
Captain
I'll take it.
Redbeard.
Thanks
Thank us. Kevin Chamberlain, Bo K. Yeah, you know what your last name is. Sean, Jimmy Slonina, Nate Walk, and Kevin O'Hara. Thank you.
Thank you. The following people all know what the Comstock Lode is. Charlie Thompson, Wynn Iden, Walker Fluke, Ryer Appledorn, Scooby Jess, Christopher Hayworth, Warren Bro, Peter Buford, Kelly E., Isaac Early, nope, that's Isaac Eelray, Paula, Glitter and Stuff, Andy Hayworth, Jeff Faust, Bob, Chris Melkonen, nope, Melancon, Chris Melancon, Carl Unash, Survivor Scoop, Nick Barnhart, David Hansen, and Elizabeth A. White.
The following individuals all have a hot date at the writer's block: Jessica Jane Peterson, David Peterson, Brendan Light, Alex Goldman, Christopher Huff, Michael Cook, Genetic Scoop, Sandra Petrovic, Kevin Johnson, Craig Ruith, Lauren Oliver, David K., Brooks Lyle, Tristan Van O's, Christopher Patnod, Base Camp Scoop, Wayne Giovanizzi, Steve Hamilton, Ben Mack, Soundman Scoop, and Peter Bougie.
And the following scoops are also trying to find that button right there. John, Jacob McCulley, Jason Klepper, Ralph Barrett, Keith Whitmer, Joseph Pengrazio, Doc Scoop, Wayne Giovinazzi, Elizabeth Hunt, Adam Perry, Sherry Hare, Scooped Mids, Michael Shaw, Mark Cohen, Joan in Bjorn. Bjorn. I'm pretty sure. Zen Dnerp. Jesse Rain. DNERP. How would you say it?
I don't know.
Dnerp.
Jesse Rain, Alanon 6666, Dave Hansen, Kristen Claddock, and Scoopardy Ascending.
The following people, I didn't know they're from New Orleans. Aaron Redfield, Scoopo Saltwater, Don Toddy, Carmen Perry, Mario Rosa, Christine Starr, Stuart Wilson, Scoop Nick, Scott Moldrig, Yanen Laska, Doug Lay, That Thing in the Attic, Adam Turner, Mike Federley, Nat Fairbanks, Streets Begreets, Nicole Flynn, Michael Tyne, Chris, and Ant Foods. Thank you so much.
The following people have all connected their septum piercing to their belly button ring. Jesse Miller, Jeff Dan Jarnell, Jeff Loomis, Brian Gregston, Plain Vanilla Scoop, Josh, Anton Jernberg, Lori P., ipoopmypants.com, M. Hertz, Scoop of Henley, Matthew Dugan, Ansel DeLambert, Colton Satmary, that's right, Smith Strain, Scott Headington, Galen Diggs, Michael Gordon, and Captain James T. Scoop.
And the following scoops know that only Dennis Quaid ever connects his piercings that way. That's Tess Miller, Carolyn Albert, Eric Bowman, David Board, Stuart Boyer, Jason Speckland, Nathan Stevens, Dmitry Stepchenkov. Dmitry Stepchenkov.
Yes,
Nailed it.
agreed. 100%.
Adam Crocodile Scoop, Tamara Hamilton, Nathan Clay, Brian Galusha, M. Hertz, Robert Kernim, Keister Sunday, Gerardo Garcia, Michelle Gazer, Mark Pickenham, Ted Franowitz, and Ski Scoop. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all so much for your support. Hey, everybody, stay safe out there. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon.
Tune in next week for more Matt Adams Ice Cream Social. For Preacher Fun.
You really timed that one pretty good.
See ya.
That's good.
You did. Nice work. Nice work. Thank you for staying through all those thank yous. We had 2 episodes worth of thank yous to do, so it's not usually that extreme.
Arduous.
I know, that was a lot. I'm like, wow, do you do this every week?